We're back. It's not Tuesday. We're back on a regular Saturday, and my other little thing that I watch stuff on says that we're live. But okay, there it is. I can see it there now. Yeah. So, anything new? We only talked a few days ago.
Yeah, not much new. I mean, it's been a long week getting ready for all of those Black Friday deals down here in the U.S. So it's been
Yes,
quiet.
I had a question. I had a question sent to me on Messenger. I told him tune in tonight. You will get it will it'll get answered. But one thing I seen that you did. I seen something you did. I'm pointing there, but I mean there. Maybe if I go like that. How about if I go like that?
Sure.
You went into the belly of the hated place.
I did. I have a friend that has some season tickets.
You do?
Yes. Well, what? A friend or season tickets? Friend.
Oh,
yeah. I got a buddy that has season tickets, so me and my buddy Marky were invited into Boston for the game. They're horrible seats. It's the leather club seats that you've got your own restaurants and everything behind you.
Sato, I did the little line, and he came in. I was like, Angel, I was like, you're still Sato, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm still Sato. So yeah.
Yeah, but I did have to. I had to go and watch the game. All right, we're gonna play a pop quiz, Doug. Pop quiz, ready?
Okay.
Maine Lunch there's a Maine beer company, just out of Portland, Maine.
Okay.
They have a beer called Maine Lunch.
Okay.
I think when I bought a growler or a bottle from them a couple weeks ago, I paid, I think, $6 or $8 for the growler. Okay. What do you think one little plastic cup of Maine Lunch at the Boston Garden was?
Thanks for that, Mike. It comes up as a blank thing on your right side there, but he actually gave me 99 stars, so thank you for that. It's got to be more than 99 stars.
It's more than 99 stars.
More than 99 stars. I'm going to say $12.52.
$35
for a glass.
For a glass, yes, a glass. 35.
And that's American?
That's American. Without tip, 35.
Yeah. So
and 3 Miller Lights, $70.
Okay. Well, maybe the prices in Toronto aren't all that bad.
I was like, I'm not trying to buy the restaurant. I'm just trying to get a couple beers.
Well, my big thing with Toronto always was, if you buy draft, they have a brewery in the basement and lines going to each draft machine. So they don't have to truck it in. They don't have to do anything. Yeah, but
yeah, obnoxious, Doug. Just for a thing of 3 chicken fingers and some fries, $33.
So that's like $100, like Canadian, for like a beer and chicken fingers.
Yeah.
And yet you go and complain about prices at ACL events.
Yeah, seriously, people. Listen, that made me not feel bad about tipping people with quarters in Drummondville. Oh wait, those were dollars. I'm sorry, but they were still
or these things.
Those things. But crazy prices, Doug. But it was, I mean, honestly, the Garden is amazing. It's a beautiful venue to watch games in.
I still have to go there, as my father was a Bruins fan. More of a fan of Bobby Orr.
They did play the team with the most exciting uniforms in the whole wide world, Doug. They played the Utah Hockey Club.
Okay, yeah.
I want to know who designed that uniform. It's a blue circle. It says Utah, hockey on the top, club on the bottom. How many millions of dollars did they pay for that logo? I could have drew that for them.
Well, and how about the people that bought them? Because did they not say that they are going to put out their name and New Jersey next year?
Yeah, it's just trash, total trash. Yeah, so I think 99% of all stadiums in the country, I don't care if it's football, basketball, hockey, everybody's going cashless. So everything is credit card.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know Fenway did that, and Gillette has done it, and now the Garden.
Yep.
Crazy, crazy people. But yeah, I did have to go to and they gave me a Bruins pin that almost burnt my skin. I had to like quickly put it into my jacket pocket. But it is the Golden Bear, and it says 100 because this is the 100th season for them.
Okay.
Because they are part of the OG6.
Wasn't that last year?
I don't know. Listen, they handed me a 100 pin. I was excited.
Okay, I think that was last year.
They may still have some left over.
Well, probably, yeah. Yep.
Well, we're still in 2024 too, so they might be counting it as the year, not the season.
Maybe.
But I did look to get tickets for Bruins Canadians,
Mm-hmm.
and it's $1.50 a seat.
That's not bad.
That's pricey. Where I can get other, I can get tickets
150.
right. Yeah, 150, not $1.50. $1.50. What about yourself, Dougie? What happened for you this week, my friend?
Oh, I worked. Had the kids hockey last night. Watched. It was a tournament game, so a lot of the other parents were complaining that we're only playing 10, 10, 10, which is 30 minutes of game time. Like, yeah, but as a rink guy, I want to keep you on time, so we're playing 10, 10, 10. That's fine. I got to watch. Let's see, 28 minutes and 19 seconds of the game. Then Mr. Hubbard. Oh, they had their ugly Christmas sweater tournament there. Adam, post in the comments who got the wins there. So yeah, I got to watch 28 minutes and 19 seconds, which is about the same amount of power play time that the other team had against us. And yeah, so one of the grandfathers, about 8 feet to my right, was just giving it to the referee like constantly. Finally, they tossed him out of the rink, and then like every referee in the ACL should not do. 28 minutes. I heard that. That was not me, folks. That was not me echoing.
Hey, I made a rookie mistake. I pulled a Doug.
Yeah. So he was hollering. Linesman looked around and started kind of giving him gestures and everything, which then made him even more. I kind of hollered out, you know what? Pay attention to the game. Don't worry about him. It'll all blow over. And then I got asked to leave. I was like, seriously?
Hey, so you were just being an asshole.
Apparently, I do that a lot. From what I've been told and all of the press that I've seen,
Well, you know what's wrong.
Good day, Mr. Wilson, and your lovely jersey that you wore.
So wait a minute. So you're saying at your son's hockey game, you were a second ballot ejection?
Yep. Actually, third. Third, because our one coach got.
Oh, yeah. You got booted first, so you were third ballot ejection. Okay.
So I'm third. Then they went and they had a game today. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the day off. I went and in the rain raked up leaves and put down grass seed at the where we have a trailer. So I had there was leaves like crazy. It was like 7 piles of leaves. You know, like those big soil bags. Do you guys have those?
Is it the plastic ones?
No, the big, they're like 4x4.
No, we just have the brown paper bags you can buy at like Ace Hardware.
Okay, so yes, this is what companies will drop these off with soil in your yard.
Okay,
right? I think on big trucks. I filled 4 of those.
Really?
Yes.
Leaves. I did use one of those once. We call it the bagster. So it's like a small dumpster that you can put on your front lawn, throw trash in it, like home waste, and they'll come and pick it up. Mm-hmm. But it's like a hard plastic bag with the big straps on it.
Oh, Steve Pohl, give it up. So Steve Paul, Shane Crank win the A bracket for doubles at the Peterborough Cornhole Ugly Christmas Sweater contest. I keep this right next to Saturday Hangout. Yeah, you're late with that sound effect. It's not working. So great. That's one of my favorite ones. I did when I did win this year. I did wear my ugly Christmas sweater. Was a Leafs jersey. It was my ugly Christmas sweater. And Spencer Leddy, Connor McCormick gets second place in the 8. I want to see Connor's picture because he always does like some sort of face or whatever in his picture. But so as I said in the little video that I kind of did a couple minutes, did about 20 minutes ago now, and as I did put in the thing, we are going to have a guest here tonight. He's going to be popping in at some point soon. We'll be talking about Niagara and what will be going on there, and so far with his portion of the season. But yeah, so we're getting into Niagara. And speaking of Niagara, as I was out this afternoon, got home late. Jeff Waterman, I'll get my stuff into you shortly. As soon as we're done here, I'll get that into you so you can get that out. Nice to see the how about the ACL Canada putting out a video. My call of the Bebo bar of soap from Calgary. What up, Mike Dills? Yeah, the Bebo, but he was like, I think from the pro doubles, he had like 8 or 10 highlight shots, which, spoiler alert, T2 and Bebo could be a top pick in Niagara. Just saying. You got a lot clearer there on my head when you just did that.
Hold on one second.
Okay. You messed up again.
Well, here's what it is, kids. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
All right. No, I had to restart my computer because I have separated my work life from my real life. So I have had to change a lot of settings. So as we were setting up tonight, I literally had to go through and make sure everything was working.
I'm even noticing now I had to put the screen back up so it wasn't just another black shirt, black hat, and just a head. You can see that the backdrop is a little. No, it's this way, up a little higher on my left side, but yeah. So, like I say, we're waiting for the guests to come in. Niagara. So far, I've had confirmation, I think, of 3 people. I know one who I can probably say because they've made a post about it and we've been talking about it. Jeremy Schimmerhorn is coming, so I'm guessing he's probably going to be coming with Joe Niestad. I'm just guessing, but with that. So, are you all set or anything? Like, are you ready? Okay. Our guest is here. We will bring him in. None other than ACL rookie pro Jeff Culbert. Jeff, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you, Doug?
Not too bad. We kind of set this up the other night. I was like, hey, you know what? You want to come on and we'll talk about, because you've got the big event going on the Thursday night. I know Joe and Amy have stuff going on the Wednesday night. You've got the Thursday night going on, but because you guys always have a lot of stuff going on in Garden City.
Yeah, there's always a lot of charity stuff, and we're trying to promote the area quite a bit, get a lot more people out and playing.
Exactly. I know from in the past, the Thursday night there has always been like, it's full. It's full at your venue, and it's always great to see.
Yeah, it's usually 75, 80 people before the open. It's a great event, and we get a lot of the pros up there. They all enjoy it. It seems to be a big hit.
Yeah, seeing everyone here in the chat is like saying hey to you. We got Leah Williamson. Okay, Crystal saying Steve Gray's coming. It's just Steve Gray. Mike Dills is saying, "Hey, Crystal's now acknowledging you." Tim Wilson saying, "Hey, make that Mike Bourgeois guy. He likes it that I can say his name properly." But yeah. So you've got, because I remember I think it was one of your first events for the Thursday night before. It was like you and Derek, because Derek really doesn't do much. We know that. That you guys, it was kind of like, it was probably one of your biggest events for just starting off when you guys took over in Garden City, and you guys did a great job.
Yeah, it was nice having Todd there too. Todd was a big help, and everybody went and talked to him, and they got to meet a couple of the pros. I think the one year we had Sam Finley, we had Chris Kingsbury there. Last year we had Jeremy Schimmerhorn there, and he brought a couple of his friends, and Dion Kuza and a bunch of the Canadian pros were there. It never ceases to amaze me about how much alcohol comes out of that venue too.
Yes. Now, where are you guys having it? Is this the same place you were last year? Because I know the first one was at a different place, and then last year, actually, I didn't get a chance to make it last year. I was there the year before.
Yes, the year before we were at a different venue at Club Capri. This year we are doing it at the Niagara Falls Badminton Club, which is about 8 minutes from the venue, from the Open, and it's a really nice facility. They've got a bar with lots of drink specials and food, and they're very accommodating. They've been helping us out quite a bit through the seasons.
Yeah, which would be better for people who are coming in and who are staying in Niagara Falls, because before the other one you were about like a 20-minute drive from Niagara Falls, right? And then now you're right in there, right by the venue, so everyone's kind of going to be having their they won't have to drive to the venue. We'll say
Yeah. Amanda Oakley has already made it clear that she's not going to be a driver. So
I don't think she ever is. But yeah, we're missing all those people in the chat because they're all over at Barrett's place tonight. They're having some ugly sweater thing there as well too. So it's,
he posted pictures of his basement to me this afternoon, and I'm like, "Are you trying to hide me in your basement? What are these pictures? What's going on?"
I know he's going to be coming into your venue there as well too. So, let's talk a little bit about Garden City for people who don't know about you guys, because I know you guys have been around for a while. You know, Brad started, and then you and Derek. Well, Brad and Derek had started, and you kind of come in and took over from where Brad was, and with Derek, and you guys are going all the time.
Yeah, so we've been going for about 4 years now. This is our 4th season. We get a pretty decent crowd out every week. Very competitive. Our players have shown great improvement over the last couple of years. I think cornhole in Canada in a whole has come up quite a bit from where it was 2-3 years ago. Still not comparable to the States, but Garden City, I mean, we get we play at Club Italia now in Niagara Falls. We run 5 courts, and it's on bocce courts, so it's kind of nice. Everything's all kind of segregated, so you don't have to worry about people stepping in front of you, stepping beside you, and behind you. You got your own lane, so that's nice. It's a good club. They treat us good there too.
And I think the luxury you guys have is you guys are like a couple minutes from the border. So you got the people from just on the other side of Niagara Falls, New York, and Buffalo area can come over and play with you guys as well too.
Yeah, actually, we got a few of the players from the New York area and Buffalo area come over and play. So it's nice. And it helps elevate our club too, because the players get a little more action. They get to see what they need to improve on based on what the players are coming over and doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Donnie, do you have something?
Yeah, no. So when you're running it on Scoreholio, so you can kind of see who you're getting in advance. Does everybody kind of register, or? What do you?
No,
Had to do that.
no. Come on, man.
What
Don't
software?
score
Are you,
Julio up here. That's an evil word in Canada.
why? Is it abacus?
What's that?
An abacus?
Yeah, yeah. No, we run everything ACL, from registration right through. I mean, when we can get the player app working properly.
Oh yeah, when the software actually works. Yeah.
Every time I've been there, it's worked great.
Yeah,
So that's all I'm saying.
we don't typically have any problems.
Listen,
Internet seems to work and everything's fine.
I have no affiliation, so I can say whatever I want.
Yeah.
And I have the remove button as well.
Yeah.
The important thing is he can put himself back in.
And I
But
can
so anyway, so now along with you running the stuff here this year, this is now your rookie season as an ACL Canada Pro as well.
It is. I got very lucky. I managed to get my spot at the pro qualifier at Nationals in Ottawa. And so far, this season's been a lot of fun. It's been busy. There's been a lot of travel, a lot of playing, going out to Calgary and playing all the regionals and local events around here too. Everybody is saying, "Come on out, come play." So I think this is my first weekend off in 8 weeks since the season started. So it's been nonstop, and luckily my wife has been very supportive. So I can't complain about that too much.
Well, and you know what, and I've always talked about the wives and the spouses and the significant others, but Laura's always in the chat as well too, which I love because I just got to see you in Delhi, which you placed in Delhi. I'm trying to it was that day.
Yeah,
It was a long day.
yeah, I managed to take open doubles with Brett Castian, and
She's always there. She's always there
yes,
watching.
when you don't think she's there, she's still
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, and then I placed. I finished second to Tim Sanchi in open singles, and that was a battle back and forth.
Yeah, and that was a great day all around. And then we'll go back to Calgary because you've also got your partner's a rookie as well, Tyler.
Yes, Brett
Brett,
Daisy.
Tyler. Okay, Tyler's his brother.
I
I'm getting these
think
names of these new
Tyler
players
is
down.
his brother.
Nancy's his mother. I got that.
Yes. Yeah.
Show it to the family. But yeah, but no, sorry to Brett. And I what I love with Brett was that he was live feeding all of your games as well. Like they were walking out the camera and the laptop, and they had
Yeah.
everything going there as well too. So it's
Yeah,
it was
yeah. They went and spent a little extra money and got a good quality camera for it. And his fiance Rachel was killing it for us. She was fantastic, commentating our games too. It was nice.
yeah, and that's the thing is I could see the excitement with him just playing, and then you guys, you know what, you guys made a good run there as well too.
Yeah, yeah, we did very well, considering that Brett was struggling a little bit. His forearm, he somehow got some injury on his forearm and was having some problems, but he fought through very hard and did very well.
Yeah.
So next season, next Open, everybody better watch out because we're coming for the top spot.
Yeah, and the other thing I talk about Laura being in the chat, but your new sponsor, your new bag sponsor, they were all over the chat as well.
Razor has been super amazing. This is
Yeah.
yeah, they've been very helpful. They've given me some very great bags. I have not been able to shoot as well as I have in the past without these bags. And I'm getting more sets almost every other week, just to build my arsenal up and have something for different board conditions. But from the podiums to the butchers to the bones, everything has been working and just slippy dripping in the hole, as they say in Europe.
Yeah, what's your go-to right now? What is the bag you'll start with just to see how the boards are playing?
Usually it's my podiums. It's got a carpet on it that I haven't seen on any other bag. Some people compare it to like your house carpet, and some people compare it to a nice warm fuzzy sweater. Um, It cuts fantastically. I have no problem sliding that around bags, cutting around bags, and if I'm gonna go to something else, it's usually my butchers, and the butchers are a 9-4, so gives me a block and a push game that sometimes people have struggle with.
Yeah, that is a tough bag sometimes that people can't get around. They just try to throw through it, and they get that kick sometimes, especially if throwing a floppy bag. Sometimes they'll
Yes.
bounce right off of it.
Yep. Yeah. Those darts sometimes have some problems with that bag. A lot of the Canadian pros step into it, and they have
But
problems with it.
that's who's throwing. That has nothing to do with the bag.
Maybe it's just Derek Barrett throwing them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna yeah. Bro, so I want to say going into Calgary as a rookie, I was going to say it was there anything you weren't expecting, but you've been at so many big events that I think you kind of already knew, kind of going in what to expect.
I knew that coming in this season, I had to come in hot. Every single person, every single pro that we have this year have been throwing lights out, and I was not. I couldn't take my foot off the pedal. There was no way I could do that. And honestly, walking into Calgary, I felt like a target. First year pro, and I knew I had to prove myself. Didn't do as great as I wanted to in singles, but that's okay. It's a learning curve, and the next event is going to be even better. So I saw a lot of strong players out in Calgary. I was really impressed. PPRs were very high, higher than I expected. And you could shoot a 9-4 and lose the game, and especially when you're going up against somebody like Trey Birchfield or Logan Chamberlain. It's tough.
Well, that's what I said. We added what around 8 more pros this year, and you would think with adding 8 that maybe it's still the other ones the returning pros would be the ones at the top, but it's not. Like we've got like all of our new pros, yourself, because you did not go through any easy players in that qualifier.
Not at all.
You were having big match after big match because I was watching you go through the bracket. So I
Yeah,
think all of our new pros are every one of you guys has a chance of winning something and going far and making it to a final.
I think
I absolutely agree.
this year, I think we've seen the biggest mix-up, right? Where, last season we could kind of predict who was going to be in the top 5, right? Who's going to be there in those kind of final matches. But when you really look at it this year, there's a lot of, and I won't call them wild cards. I'm just like, there's a lot of players that can win, right? Depending on the streak that they're going on and how they're throwing that day and
Absolutely.
conditions and right bag choice.
Absolutely. I mean, conditions of the boards. If you got newer boards, you got old boards. It could change the game completely. And you're right. The newer players that we have this year. Like, look at Will
Yep.
Tatu. He killed it in Calgary. He was making shots that I think he was even surprised on some of the shots he made. So any given day, anybody could win. It could be anybody. It could be me. It could be Brandon winning. It could be Andrew Spencer.
Yep.
You just don't know. Yeah, I knew I was going to get that reaction.
But yeah, but even we talk about the new pros, but then we also go to we have that pro qualifier, and some of the players that are going in that now, they're now starting to travel to making that pro qualifier. So that's another wrinkle thrown in there as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. You get players like Brett Castian in there, or even the Clinks from Windsor.
Yep.
You don't know what's going to come up, and like Brett did fantastic in Calgary. He played phenomenally, and he has continued to even through the regionals and everything else that he's been playing. So, when you got people like that coming up, you don't know what's going to happen. You can't let your guard down at all. You have to be on your A game all the time.
You cannot sleep on any rounds because one
Absolutely.
round could cost you 5 or 6 points, and that could be the difference in the game right there.
Absolutely. And even now this year they've decided that our doubles are all going to be round limited. So now you've got to play even smarter and make the right shots. Otherwise, you're going to give up 4 points on a board. That could just screw you for the whole game.
Yeah, because that's new for you guys up there, right?
Yeah.
It's a little, and it's a tougher game because mentally it's a lot more challenging, right?
Yeah.
Because you really can't force some shots until you have to. So you got to play a little more mental, cerebral game just to make sure you're staying bag for bag, or only giving up one or two here and there. That way you have a chance to come back in the next round. So round limited, I know a lot of people hate it. You'll see in the chats that
Yeah.
it's like, why is it 12 rounds? Why is it 14 rounds? That's so stupid. Let them play. But it does add a much different element to the game where you can't just play with reckless abandon.
No, absolutely. If you get down early, then you're just trying to make those extra shots, and you're putting extra pressure on yourself. Where if you're playing, it's chess. It's really a game of chess, and if you don't move your pieces in the right spots, then you're gonna lose. So you got to be smart on every shot you're taking.
Exactly. It's that thing where you can go for the big shot to try and pick up points, but if you're already up, why not wash that round out, right? Because a wash is a win in that situation.
Well, but
It-
you see with a lot of these young kids now with round limited, a lot of times they'll throw their roll bag a little shorter so it bunches up in the front,
mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And they're daring you for that air mail or that push because they know if you miss that bag and carry them off, that could be 1 point for them, which still gives them points. It's plus positive.
That's right. Absolutely. You got kids like Braden Wilson coming in there, and you can't stop him. He's rolling on top of you, and he'll bunk bed your bag, and then you're going for that bar of soap now, and oh look, you threw it too hard. It's off the back of the board. He's getting 3 points. Now you're screwed. So yeah, those kids are amazing in the States. I went down to Worlds this year, and I got to watch some of them, like Ryan Trader's brother.
Yeah, Mason.
He is phenomenal. Uh, you can't give these guys an inch because they will take a mile on you.
Well, and then you talk about the American juniors, but how about you got to see up close some of our juniors that we have up here in Ontario on Saturday there in Delhi, and with the amount of like I said, we had an 8 and a 10-year-old in the final for in the well, not in the final, but in the Kingsley game, which was
Yeah,
just
that was Mason and
and Easton.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Mason has come a long way. He's fighting hard. I watched a couple of his games, and he was down 15-2, and he came back to win. Like it, I I'm not going to take the kids lightly. I'm going to tell you that right now because they're going to be the ones that are just going to step on you sometimes.
exactly. That's why I'm glad I have the headset on now at all these events because I want no part of that at all.
Well, you've already got a stamp in the game with your corn dog there, Doug.
Well, yeah,
So.
I have that.
Yeah, just put it on the front, not that front, on the front.
Yeah.
What do they say in the States now? You're trying to lift the board when you're hitting the front of the board, right?
Yeah.
They're throwing
Not
it so
what I'm
hard
trying to
they're
do.
trying lift it.
Not what I'm trying to do at all.
Well, some places have even moved the front brace back on the board for Doug. So now it just goes in the little cave.
The stuff I have to put up with. The stuff that I have to put up with.
And this is why we all love you, Doug.
Doug, come on. I'm funny.
Yeah, it's looking. Yeah, sure. I'm trying to find. I had it here. The best costume ever at a Halloween at a Peterborough Cornhole.
It's going
tournament.
back a couple of years.
Going back a couple of years. Yeah, I'll have to try and find that again here.
My wife made that costume for me. We both talked about what I was going to do, and it was a no-brainer for me. It was the best option. So, being a corn dog made perfect sense.
See if I can find that here again here, because it was. I'm still like I've said it was. I thought you were robbed of it.
I think if you would have been there, it would have been a different story.
Oh, probably yes. Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to find. Like I had it here, all ready to go, and it's gone.
You know, one thing I'm really excited about this year is the teams events. I think that
Yes.
teams event is going to be fantastic. It's going to be tough competition across the board. Screechers, though, don't sleep on them. St. John's, we're going to be fighting our way through this.
So actually, here I've now just found it.
Oh, you found it.
Right there.
Oh, there you go.
He's next to that other guy, which is just
Who's that guy? Isn't that a Hall of Famer guy?
In his own mind, yes. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
But yeah.
I honestly, I do think the Canadian teams competition this year is going to be a lot more exciting than it was last year, because I think there's some little mix-ups there. There's some players that have kind of moved around. I like the matchups that can potentially happen. So I think we're going to see some really fun stuff from the Canadian teams this year.
And I think they've even changed up a bit of the games, because last year it was 2 doubles and a single. Is it still? I'm trying to remember if it's still like that or not. There's so much stuff that's changed. I'm trying to get into my head here. Can't remember if that's changed up, but it'll be on the Friday. All you have to do is just tune in the Friday night on ACL Canada. That's all you have to do. And
the thing, if you tune in, you can also get some of the team bags and some of the greatest bags, Doug. If you go to www.titancornholebags.com, you can get all of your Canadian logo bags.
I saw that pretty recently. I think that's pretty cool.
I've just been told that actually Titan Bags now ships directly to Canada on their website.
Look at that. Ask,
fantastic,
and you shall receive.
Mike is saying, "Let's go, Screechers." There's no T.
No, it's
maybe after a bit of screech, there might be a T.
No, it's Screechers.
Okay.
I don't think there's an A in there either. I mean, there's a lot of A's in Canada, but I don't think there's one.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There's a new T-shirt. There's a lot of A's in Canada, but not in that word.
Yeah,
No, it's great. I'm looking for. That's what I'm mostly looking forward to is the teams competition up there, because I think that's where you're really going to start to see a little more fun in the Canadian personality coming out. The bags are getting better and better every year up there, and me and Doug have talked about this a lot. Kind of Canada is where New England, where I live, was kind of 3 to 4 years ago, when we were kind of on that uphill swing where, we were part of the U.S. squad, but it really wasn't big up here for a while. So it's really started to pick up here in the last 2 to 3 years, and I think that's where Canada is today, where now we have more and more pros coming out of this area and starting to take over. We got Tony Smith, Jacob Jasinski, we got Colin Hodette kind of coming out of this area and really starting to bring New England into it. And I think we're going to see an explosion in Canadian cornhole up there, but then I think we're going to see some crossover too, right? We're going to see some of the Canadian pros that may want to come down to the U.S. to start playing. And who knows what that looks like, because I know there's been some big changes over the last 2 years. So who knows if maybe if you play, this is a tip for the ACL, maybe if you play a couple in the U.S., you get points towards WCO or something like that, right? I don't know, right? As that starts to work out, where I just think there's a lot more we can do to continue to keep growing the game in both countries and really help each other out.
And how about that? Laura's even on your sponsor there too, right? Because Crystal's trying to say about Royals bags for Donnie.
I have not declared any allegiance to any of the Canadian teams yet. I'm going to hold off on that for right now, so I don't cause any controversy.
Says the Montreal fan from Boston. Yes.
Listen, I do love me some Montreal. But
you're not a Patriots fan, are you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen. Hey, we had a great run.
You did.
We had a great
You
run.
did.
There were many.
Belichick and Brady, they were okay, but now it's Buffalo's turn.
Can I just say, and this is very they both needed each other.
Yeah, they did.
Because even though Brady still won one in Tampa, they still needed each other. Because they both had the smarts on both sides of the ball and they collaborated very well.
Yeah, they were very good at deflating the ball too.
Hey, listen,
Which it's just like what a perfect cornhole team needs.
when
right?
when
They
it's
need each other.
when it's cold, your bags and your balls shrink.
But then that's why you need to get what is it? Was it that bag thing now? The checker?
The bag
the
checker.
Yeah,
The check.
That's right.
Yeah.
Titan has that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Another one for up this way. Titan.
Do you have that blocker bag too?
That, my friend. All right, Jeff, I'm just going to ask you a serious question.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
How many sets of bags do you own?
10?
10 sets of bags.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of light.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I've just sold a bunch off, though.
I think I have 10 sets in my Zuka. Never mind. But here's my thing with the blocker bag, right? It's one doorstop, right? It's one big, thick bag.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. One, it just looks clunky. Two, if you're hitting that, you're not getting true bag action, right?
Right.
Sometimes with that roll bag, you need to kind of get into the pile and to get a little more pop sometimes too over the pile. So I just think that trainer might be giving some people a false sense of security, right?
Yeah.
Because bags aren't moving, nothing's happening on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you have two bags that are lined up side by side and you're throwing four bags trying to roll over that, you're going to get that off movement. So now you're coming in at a different angle. I don't understand why that needed to be created. I feel like it's kind of
I think
like
it's part of the game, right? Because people see a problem and want to come up with a solution instead of just realizing that not everybody needs a roll shot.
Absolutely. I mean, look at Matt Guy. Matt Guy is airmail straight in the hole, right?
He's
my favorite video I saw pretty recently is somebody put bags down and they used that doorstop blocker as the roll bag, and they rolled the actual blocker bag. Like, okay, well, that's something.
Listen, I don't want to say anything, but I did see suction cups today on a bag.
Perfect.
I love you. But I did suction cups on a bag today. I'm not going to mention the company name because I love them to death.
Well, I see all these here bag things that come out. You put your bags inside the other big thing. Is that pre-COVID, that C word, Jamie Cowan with his beaver bags that he had, he also made the beaver dam, which was the same thing where we had a couple of them we could put up. We could make like where it was like you had that like the goal posts up or blocking on one side or whatever. But yeah, that had already been out like so that's been around for like 5-6 years already.
Well, Jake from Moneybags had the other one. I had to look over here. I'm like, what the fuck is the name of the company? But Moneybags had the other block that had two suction cups with a piece of wood.
Yes.
That was so you could kind of try to throw over it for airmails, right? I mean, listen, there's going to be a lot of innovation in the game. There's going to be a lot of things that change.
Yeah.
But listen, if I'm taking two bags and put them in front of the hole as a blocker bag or as a roll trainer, I'm just going to put the greatest bag in the world there. I'm just going to put Jekyll in slides.
Talk about suction cups.
Yeah, they don't need suction cups. They just magnetize the board.
Could have used some of those in Calgary. Some of those boards were pretty quick over there.
Yeah.
Listen, the 5.0s actually work really great. The only problem for you is they're a comp bag. They're not a pro bag. So you couldn't throw them in competition, but you could throw them off to the side. I love bringing 2 sets with me because I like playing people. Me and Doug actually played them when we were in Drummondville.
Yes.
But just a fun bag to kind of mess around with and have fun and kind of get back to the non-serious side of the game.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them have a lot of people take this game too serious.
It's very true.
And at least up there, you can still win your loonies and toonies for coming in second place. Down here, we get a T-shirt and a set of bags.
It's true.
Yeah,
Maybe a set of boards if you're lucky.
yeah, maybe a set of boards.
Yeah.
And on our Fridays, when there's women, seniors, and juniors, we have our men's division. I think that's back again for Niagara.
Oh, so
It is.
moving it back to Friday night?
No, it's going to be Friday in the afternoon.
Oh, so
yeah,
Friday,
it's 12 or something.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna try to speed up the competition a little bit more to kind of because you're doing a lot of team stuff too during yours, right?
Yeah. So the Friday in the morning is the CCF qualifier for Team Canada, which should hopefully be done by noon, hopefully, and then we've got a lot going on Friday afternoon. We've got the pro qualifier, the men's singles, the women's singles, junior singles, and senior singles on the Friday afternoon. That's a lot.
Yeah, because I think when we start to get to pro down here, I think they do change the format a little bit too. Right now, we're just kind of in open territory right now because I think our pro season doesn't start to like March, April, somewhere in there. But
that's just the signature series, isn't it?
Well, whatever.
All the opens, don't they count towards the pro stuff too?
I don't know. They've changed it like 82 times, and I don't know what's going. Like, is it pro points? Is it not pro points? I really don't count anything until you get to Worlds.
Yeah.
Because as long as you're in it and you're playing, we've seen some seeds come from like the 30s and win it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's very true.
It's just about getting your points to get in, and then just keep building up the rest of the season.
Well, and they changed up Worlds this year too for the pros. There's going to be, I think it's 32 pros get in for the pro bracket, and then there's a separate side bracket where you got to qualify to get into the pro division for Worlds. So that's going to make it even more interesting to see who's going to be at the top of the ladder.
Well, because next season for the ACL, I think the pro division is going to be sponsored by Slim Fast because it's going down to 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be tight.
Which I think that's going to make it better as well, right? Because you want the pros to be the best, right? And that's what I think for us here in Canada, we're at, Jeff, what am I at now? Are we at 42 now?
Yeah, 42 or 44.
Yeah,
one of the two.
And I think that is the perfect number for us because we're still allowing for some qualifiers to get in, and I know that I think because we're still not big.
It should be
right?
49.
Why?
What'd you say?
It should be 49 pros for the 49th parallel.
But I think we're at the perfect number because we still get our qualifiers coming in, and so I think that's a number that's perfect for us.
Well, no, because with 42, if you stay at 42, do you still do the play in to make a bracket, or do you run it at the 42 bracket?
I think it's when people can't make it, they have the play in. So
Okay.
Usually at Calgary, I think it was 5 people got in through a diamond qualifier to get into the pro division.
So to make it a 42 person bracket.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know this year, I believe in Niagara, there's 3 that are missing.
Okay, so 3 people will be able to.
I think I've seen that there's 3 doubles teams that are having a pro and a qualifier. So.
Okay, so in singles, your qualifier in, or is that in doubles? Both.
So that qualifier will go in and play doubles and singles in those qualifiers. So yeah. But seeing your counterpart, and we'll talk about him next week. Bob, you're not getting the time today, but Bobby Spear is watching, which is great because he's always said he doesn't have enough time at his venue,
Who?
to watch. But it's that guy.
Bobby's Fury. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Never heard of him.
One of the most beloved Canadian cornhole players from the States.
Yes.
Well, he could be considered the first Can-Am connection.
Absolutely.
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I still remember he came up here right after he signed his first pro contract. He was at an event up here. So
does he have a nickname yet?
I don't know.
We can call him the Bridge. Bringing two countries together.
He carried me to a Crew Cup win one year.
Yeah, that's a monumental feat.
It was. Well, it was. Well, okay. This Crew Cup. Tell me which one doesn't belong. Bobby Sperry, Jack Shea out of Buffalo as well, Matt Plyle, and me.
Matt Plyle. Oh no, wait. I'm sorry.
One of these names was just there for the ride.
So I bet you threw first and Bobby backed you up.
I threw fourth.
What? They let you throw cleanup?
Well, because they wanted points to get. They would get. Actually, I think I was throwing Jack Shea as well. So Jack would get two bags in. I would get one kind of around there.
Yeah, but I would have made you throw second or third because that way. I mean, sorry.
Or maybe.
Right? No, at first or third, because I'd have you throw first so I could try to push through your bag.
Yeah.
At least if you got it up on the board, maybe you get a chance of kind of kicking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, maybe I was first on my end.
Yeah, I would think you'd be first on your end. I would put you first. No, because you usually have a pretty good bag in front if you don't think about it, and then I can push through.
As long as it's not in front of the board, it's hard to push that bag.
Well, no, but I can do a roll bag on top of it and maybe pop it.
The abuse I take doing this show.
Listen, you're still the first and only broadcaster to get brutally beaten by Trey Ryder.
3 times.
3 times.
There's a 4th one out there, but I haven't put that out. It didn't make it to air.
Video footage got lost.
It got lost in the vault.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, but that's great. So, Jeff, what do you got coming? So, Niagara's in the future. We got that coming up very soon.
Yeah.
What do we got going on in the local area? What do you got? Any charity stuff going on? You got anything for Christmas or the holidays?
Well, Christmas, because the Open's the first week of December, it makes December kind of tough for everything. So a lot of places are running all their regionals the same weekend, and it makes it tough to get around to everything. And places like my venue are closed the last 2 weeks of the month.
Okay.
So a lot of it is just going to be going if I can get to somewhere else to play. Since I'm doing the blind draw on the Thursday night at 6:30 at the badminton club, we're going to do our singles during a weeknight to get the event in for December, and then in January we're going to have our regional event on the 18th at our club. Back at Club Italia. There's a few events around the area. For a Joke is going to have theirs, Delhi. So some pretty good competition out there. And then we get into February. January has the provincials, which is your state tournament. Yep. And then February we're in Quebec. Are you going to be at this one, Donnie?
I do not have Drummondville on the books. I only have St. John's on the books right now.
Oh, okay. Well, that sucks because I know how much fun you had last year in Quebec at Drummondville.
He doesn't remember half of it.
I had a great time.
Yeah, I'm just going to check in. I'll be back. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
I drove for 6 hours in the snow. I almost died. No, but so is like the Niagara area, is it like, because it's very touristy too, is that kind of like big for like New Year's and stuff too? Is that why a lot of people like kind of shut down early? And okay.
Yeah. Usually from Christmas break when kids get out of school all the way until the New Year, it's all business around here. It's crazy. And it sucks. And then we get into January and it's dead. There's nothing around. Nobody's around. It's
Well,
nice.
it's like by me. So I live by Salem, Mass. So in October, you don't go near Salem, Mass because everybody wants to go see the witches stuff. And
Yeah.
you just can't move because it's a billion tourists and they don't know what they're getting themselves into. But I would
Yeah.
guess up there for New Year's, you add a little snow in, add a couple extra thousand people. It must be horrible to get around.
It is, and they block off a lot of the main area downtown, so people foot traffic.
Yeah.
Because when I don't know if they're doing any concerts this year, but normally when they have the concerts down there, we get 100,000 people walking around. It's absolutely insane.
Well, I really don't want to be on Clifton Hill if there's like snow and ice either.
It's not that
Because
bad. They take good care of the streets
because you
down
know
at
what that
that area. The rest of
well,
the Niagara, forget it.
yeah, because you know what's at the bottom of Clifton Hill, the gorge, and I don't really want to end up in there. It's a long way down.
Yeah.
Without a barrel.
Listen,
It's an experience.
it's not the fall that hurts. It's the sudden stop at the end.
So again, Jeff, just for your event, people can find that on the ACL Canada events page.
Absolutely.
Or on your app.
Yeah,
And,
it's on the regional page for the 4th annual Big Blind Draw, and hopefully we get a lot of good people out there. I'm hoping to see you at some point, Doug.
I'm going to try to because I believe our load-in time is early, so I'll be able to make it over at least to have a drink or two, and then and then kind of check out that at the end. But I was going to say something else, and it's just that's what happens when you're winging it, Donnie.
Listen, that's all we do.
Yeah.
No script, no net, just.
No. So okay, yeah, it's coming. So do you know what kind of like your numbers are at the moment for the Thursday night yet?
I believe the last time I looked, we're sitting at 40, and Garden City, for every 25 people that come in, is adding another $100 to the pot. So the more people that come, the more money we can get in there to give out to everybody. I want to try to pay out more this year than what we have in the last few years. So,
well, there you go.
We
got 40, got extra $200 in the pot already. So we need to have 80 to get like 400.
I want to hit over 100. I'm aiming for 100 to 125 people this year. That's my goal. So I'm gonna put out some little things here and there over the next couple of weeks to get people motivated to come out, and I just want to have a lot of fun. That's what the event is about. It's getting to know people, meeting some of the pros, and having fun. That's what Cornhole is. That's what it should be.
But it's a fun night before all the chaos starts because once everybody gets to the main boards in the venue, the temperature changes a tiny bit. The pros are still very welcoming and will still talk and do everything else, but at that time they get a job to do, right?
Absolutely, and we can't neglect the winners from the last year. Actually, I think it's the last 2 years. I can't remember, but I do remember Canadian Dean Kuza and this guy. This guy won.
It wasn't me.
Yeah. Last year it was us. So hopefully Dion and I can come back and get partnered up and run it back again.
Did you guys only have like 4 people?
It was 80 people last year. It was a good event.
No, but that's great, and I love that a lot of tournaments are starting to try to do stuff a night or two before, because we had the problem down here a couple times where for different tournaments, if you didn't plan ahead and get in a day or two early with the flights and everything else, you might miss the tournament.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff was getting canceled. So you're better off getting in on like the Tuesday or Wednesday and maybe not staying at the main venue, but staying someplace that's a little cheaper, just so you're there, you can relax, you can understand the area, and you might be able to play a couple times to get accustomed to, conditions and everything else up there.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
I think it's great. I love what you're doing up there. Hoping we hit the hundo.
Yeah. Well, let's make Garden City the sort of 100 people all come, and I'll do some videos from there on that Thursday night once I get everything all set up and straightened out and bugs all out of all of this stuff. Hopefully there isn't any, but it's
Sounds good. I hope to see you out, Doug. And Donnie, you know, I can't wait to see you again. I know I'll definitely be in St. John's, so be looking forward to chatting it up with you.
I'll be up there soon. Me and Doug are still trying to figure out to do something up there, you know, that might not be, you know, like a big tournament, but some local stuff, traveling out and doing some fun stuff in 2025. So stay tuned.
Oh, we got the other guest in there.
Here's my.
Does she know that we're live? Does she know? She probably doesn't.
We're live.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm the best part of this whole thing.
She's not related to you at all.
Yeah, we have states tomorrow, so we have the state championships tomorrow that we've got to go to. So I had to switch my work schedule because we got the big cheerleading comp tomorrow.
You have fun with that.
Yeah.
And Jeff, hang on there for a minute. Everyone else, we'll be back. I'm gonna try and be back next week on Saturday night. I'm not sure. I got hockey at some point Saturday, so we'll either be Saturday or Sunday. Maybe, I don't know.
We'll figure it out, kids.
We'll figure it out because it is your Thanksgiving because you're second. You're second. You took that. Hey, that's how it is. Be nice to each other. Be nice to each other, everyone. Have fun playing bags and sign up for Garden City Cornhole, the big blind before the Open. See you all next week.
Peace.